Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this video, guys. My name is Liaquat Zaman. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. This is the Diwan of Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib radiyallahu anhu. Now, these poems are attributed to him. Many of these poems I've actually found to be attributed to other people as well. But because in many of the books that are called Diwan of Ali, they mention this poem, so I'm going to mention it anyway. Irrespective of whether he said it or not, the poem is filled with really good vocab in there and expressions that can really benefit you in understanding the depth of the Arabic language. So let's have a read of this nice poem. He says, وَفِي الْجَهْلِ قَبْلَ الْمَوْتِ مَوْتٌ لِأَهْلِهِ وَأَجْسَادُهُمْ قَبْلَ الْقُبُورِ قُبُورُ وَإِنَّ امْرَأً لَمْ يَحْيَ بِالْعِلْمِ مَيِّتٌ وَلَيْسَ لَهُ حَتَّى النُّشُورِ نُشُورُ. Very nice, catchy poem. Lots of repetitive words in there. Let's get into it. Let's see what this poem actually means. So let's translate it then. وَفِي الْجَهْلِ, in ignorance, قبل الموت, prior to death, is mautun, is death, لأهله, for its people. وأجسادهم, and their bodies, قبل القبور, before the graves, are graves in and of themselves. وإن امرأ, and indeed a person, لم يحيا, who does not come alive, بالعلم, through knowledge, ميت, is dead, وليس له, and he does not have حتى النشور, until the resurrection, nushur, a resurrection. So jahl, it means ignorance, right? So this word is the opposite of ilm. Ilm, it means to have knowledge, and jahl means the absence of knowledge. Someone who does not have an education, you say this person is a jahil person. He is unaware of what this information is all about. Now the word jahl is also used, like we say, the days of jahiliyyah, right? Before Islam, because there was no knowledge of the Quran, because there was no knowledge of Islam, we call these days the days of ignorance, the days where people lacked the knowledge. Now, it doesn't mean that these people did not know how to live and they were barbaric and all that. No, these people had lives, they had children, they had families, they had a system of living, even education. But because of the lack of Islam, we say that compared to Islam, these people were living a life of ignorance without knowing what Islam was about. Now the word jahl is also used for someone when they behave in a manner that shows that they have no knowledge. Right? So this person, he behaves in a very emotional way, reacts and hits someone, abuses someone. We say this is a jahil action. This is a jahil action, meaning the person has reacted in a way of using their own desires. So he says, وَفِي الْجَهْلِ قَبْلَ الْمَوْتِ, in ignorance prior to death. Right, mata yamutu mautan, it means when the soul leaves the body, you say this person is mayyit. Maut is death. Mautun, death, li ahlihi. Ahl in the Arabic language is a word you've probably heard me say a lot, ahlan wa sahlan. But the people, the ahl actually means the people who are qualified for a particular thing. So if people live in a particular house, you say these are the ahl of this house. These are the people who qualify for this house. They live in this house. Right? So this is the ahl part of it. And you also might say if a person is qualified for a particular science, you say this person is ahlu tib. This person is qualified for medicine. And this person is ahl. This person is qualified for, let's say, Arabic grammar. This person is qualified for the Arabic language. This is what we call ahl, a person who qualifies. We say, هذا الرجل أهلا لهذا العمل. This guy is qualified for this action. Right? So the word تأهل, to become qualified for something as well, is quite a common word that's used in modern standard Arabic. So in ignorance, before death, there is death for its people. Now this is a very nice sentence. You probably figured out what it means, yeah? Let me know in the comments what comes to your mind. What comes to my mind is this. What he's saying is that there is a real death where the soul leaves the body and you're put into the grave. And then there is this figurative death. He's saying people who do not have knowledge of certain things in life are actually considered to be dead people walking around. These people are dead even before they're dead. And this is a very nice way of saying, sort yourselves out. Do not think that you can live your life without knowledge of certain important issues, matters or facts. You have to educate yourself. And the Prophet ﷺ, he also mentioned about the person who does dhikr. He said, مَثَلُ الَّذِي يَذْكُرْ رَبَّهُ, the one who remembers Allah and the one who does not remember Allah, مَثَلْ الْحَيِّ وَالْمَيِّتِ, it's like the one who's living and dead. Right? So this is, again, he wants to highlight this in the importance that there's lots of people I see in the world out there who are literally just walking zombies. These people are dead people before their real death. because they lack knowledge. Right? That knowledge gives them power and it gives them the ability to do things in life. وَأَجْسَادُهُمْ قَبْلَ الْقُبُورِ قُبُورُ, and their bodies before the graves are graves. So their bodies figuratively are like graves, walking graves, even before the body has been put inside of the grave. Now this again is a very powerful image that he's creating over here. That normally you assume the grave to be in the ground, where you put the body and then you cover it with the soil. But he's saying, well, in reality, there's lots of people out there whose bodies are simply just fake shells of themselves. And inside of them, they're dead. The inside of the person is dead. The outside looks as though it's alive. But in reality, that casing that you have all over you, this is simply holding that deadness inside of you. So أجسادهم, their bodies, قبل القبور, before the real graves. Now the word qubur in the Quran comes many times. If you know where it comes in the Quran, put it in the comments below. I'll give you one example. ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر. Right, maqabir, the gathering, amassing of the dunya has distracted you until you visit the حتى زرتم المقابر. Maqbara, maqabir, jam of maqbara. Maqbara means a place where there are lots and lots of graves. Yeah, so qubur, qabr, maqbara, these are all words that have the meaning of something in which that is buried inside the ground. So their bodies is resembling their bodies to this. Now in the balagha, in the science of balagha, where you have repeated words, there's actually a name for this, right? So maut and maut, qabr and qubur, right? This is what we call jinas. Jinas in balagha, in ilm al-badi. If you are interested in this, I've got 2 courses on ilm al-balagha, which you can access on my uruk.com. Details are there below. This is where you repeat a certain word. Maut, maut, qubur. And the Quran does this a lot, honestly. Studying balagha will give you a very, very good understanding of how the Arabic language works in the Quran. And I definitely recommend people to study balagha. And I've made the course specifically for people who love the Quran. So, وَأَجْسَادُهُمْ, their bodies are quburs before the qubur, meaning before being inserted inside of the real grave in the ground, their bodies are walking around, walking graves. Ajsad in the Arabic language is from the word jasad, and there's a synonymous word, there's another word that's used with this word as well, which is jism, right? So jism, it means body, badan means body, jasad means, but what is the difference? Jasad actually means the aspect of the body that is lifeless. So Arabs will normally use the word jasad for something that's dead. In fact, even in the Quran, in Surah Munafiqun, let me know if you can find this verse in Surah Munafiqun where the word ajsad is mentioned, yeah, or something which is similar to that word. So their ajsad, their bodies are simply just shells, walking graves, before they actually are put into the grave. وَإِنَّ امْرَأً, indeed, imra'an. Imra is a word that means a person, a man, and a woman is called imra'atun. Now, if you add an al onto this, you say al-mar', and a woman is called al-mar'atu, right? So just be careful of that. When you add an al, you don't pronounce the hamza, right? So you don't say imra. You don't say al-imra'un. No. Indeed, a person, lam yahya. Hayya yahya is the opposite of mata yamutu, which means to come alive. Just like in the Quran, Allah says, يُخْرِجُ الْحَيَّ مِنَ الْمَيِّتِ. He takes out the living from the dead. So a person who is not living bil ilmi, with knowledge, remember the significance and importance of knowledge. A person who is not living with knowledge, does not come alive through knowledge, gives you the ability to see things in a way you never saw before. It makes you take care of your health. It makes you take care of your family and friends. It makes you take care of your business, your wealth, even your religious duties. Everything has a new perspective when you seek knowledge. This is why it's very important, and let me know in the comments about how knowledge has helped you in life, how knowing something which you didn't know has made you a better person. So he says, Lam Yahya, a person who does not become alive with knowledge is actually mayyitun, is dead. So therefore, the death of a person can actually happen before they actually really die. Because their behavior, the way that they live their life, it's as though they are living zombies. And knowledge takes you out of that. And it could be anything. It could be Islamic knowledge, of course. The Quran gives life. And it could also be knowledge regarding the world. وَلَيْسَ لَهُ حَتَّى النُّشُورِ نُشُورُ. And he does not have حَتَّى النُّشُور until the nushur. Nushur, nashara, it means to spread something. And this is a word that's used for the resurrection, as though the people who are resurrected will be spread out, right? Spread out from their graves. Nushur. So there will not be for him hatta nushur, until the nushur day, until the resurrection, a nushur. So a nushur will not happen before the resurrection. Meaning, if you're anticipating, right, I can live my life as a jahil, as someone who's ignorant, and a point will come when I will have this resurrection and come alive. And he said, no. He says, at least the person who really dies will be resurrected. But this guy will not be resurrected until the great resurrection takes place. Okay. So, طيب. وفي الجهل قبل الموت موت لأهله. يقول الشاعر، يقول في الجهل، يعني إذا كان الإنسان لم يملك العلم، ليس عنده العلم، فنسميه الجاهل. إذا كان الرجل جاهل فقد مات قبل موته، يعني موته سيقع حين يقدره الله سبحانه وتعالى. ولكن الرجل إذا عدم العلم، إذا لم يكن عنده علم، فهو كميت يمشي على وجه الأرض، يأكل ويشرب وينام. أجسادهم قبل القبور قبور. وإذا رأيت جسمه في الحقيقة قبر قبل أن يوضع في القبر، قبل أن يجعل في اللحد في الأرض، جسمه قبر ماشي على وجه الأرض. نعم. فهذا لأنه لم يملك العلم، لم يكن عنده العلم الذي يجعله حيا حقيقيا. وإن امرأ لم يحيا بالعلم ميت. وإن الإنسان إذا لم يحيا بالعلم، إذا لم يملك العلم الذي يجعله حيا في الحياة، حيا حيث يعرف كل شيء، يعرف المضار والمنافع وكل ما يستفيد منه في حياته، فهو في الحقيقة ميت. لا فرق بين الميت الحقيقي وميت الجاهل. وليس له حتى النشور نشور. وليس لهذا الشخص نشور، ليس له بعث إلا البعث الحقيقي الذي سيكون يوم القيامة. نعم. فهذا شعر جميل جدا. هذا الشعر يعطينا حقيقة الفرق بين العلم وبين الجهل، بأن الجهل أقرب ما يكون إلى الموت، والعلم أقرب ما يكون إلى الحياة. فإذا كان الإنسان يريد أن يحيا نفسه ويحيي الآخرين، فعليه أن يتمسك بالعلم. طيب، جزاكم الله خير. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Thank you to my patrons who support my channel on a monthly basis. If you guys want to support my channel, please consider becoming a supporter of the channel. May Allah bless all of you. It means a lot to me, helps my channel to grow. And you know, it makes these videos free of charge for everyone else out there, so that sadaqah jariyah for all of us, inshallah. So I will see you guys next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.